I don't foresee many others joining, but it's okay. So it looks like we have 2 people that are new onto the webinar um, for this segment, I guess. So what you're looking at on your screen now is the informational packet for the USATF meet, for the regional meet. So I'm going to be covering information directly from the site, and then I'll also be using an unofficial meet schedule that I created for myself, because as you can see, most of the events are rolling schedules, so they just give you when the meet starts, but they don't give you what time specific events will start. So for Sunday's event, last night I covered the events on Saturday, and you can find that replay in the email, but then you can also find it on a calendar. So tonight I'm going to be covering the following events: the 100-meter dash, the 800, the 200, and the 4x4. We do have a high jump boy, Alexander, but he's actually not in the webinar, so we won't cover that. The packet pickup, will be at 7 a.m., but I'll have that so everyone can just. I was at the track today. It's a small venue, so I'm not hard to find. So just get to the meet and find me. I will be hard to reach via phone or via text. So you just kind of have to get to the track and find another athlete, or just find me. But you can look for a group of Track My Speed athletes, and you'll be good to find me. If you have any friends or family that are joining or coming to the meet, it's going to be $8. For children's under 4, it's free, and entry fees are already covered. Medical is already covered. I have a medical team. So that's pretty much it. You can also download this document on our calendar. So if you were to go to aau.org, you can find this. And in fact, I'll show you where to go. So let me do a new share. And okay, so now I'm taking everyone to the site. So if I were to log on, start from the beginning, trackmyspeed.org. The site will pull up, and then I'll click on calendar. And then what you'll see immediately is a map view of where our current practices are. But what you want to do is you want to scroll down, and you'll see regionals day of 3, and then also regionals day of 4. The downloads are the same on both days. So you can find the downloads the same on this day as day 4 of 4. But this webinar is about day 4 of 4, so let's go ahead and click on day 4 of 4. And then you can see I have the downloads prepared. So if you want to find that informational packet we were just looking at, you want to go ahead and click on the USATF Region 7 meet information, and you'll find that that PDF file. You can actually watch the replay from the webinar that I did last night about Saturday. That's also on the calendar. Also, what's on the calendar are the events listed, per athlete, per state. So the link that's highlighted is from Illinois, so you can find all the Illinois athletes. And then this is highlighted in Indiana, so you can find all the Indiana athletes. So I'll go ahead and click on Indiana, and it's going to ask me to download it. I'll say yes, and then I'll hit save as, or I can hit save and open. Okay, and then it'll pop up, which you can't see unless I do like a new share. So I'll go back. Another cool thing that we'll discuss too is our unofficial Sunday regional meet schedule. And I'll go ahead and start, and I'll open that up now, and we can talk about this. So the best way to view the event calendar is if you were to download the mobile apps titled Google Sheets or Sheets. So that's SHEETS. So I'm going to actually use this schedule to talk about the events. So in the 100-meter dash, we have Olivia, Sam, Destiny, and James. So these are our first athletes that are racing in the morning. In the first column, so I'll show you, I'll give you a navigation of the sheet that you're looking at. In the first column, you're looking at the report time. And these are the times that the athletes are expected to arrive at the track. The second column is the start warm-up time. And these are the times that the athletes are expected to warm up. And then the third column is the competition event time. So this is a spreadsheet, and I'll be on site and I'll be updating these times live. So on the back end, this spreadsheet looks like this, and this is how I control the time, and I can get updates. So if I change any of the times here, they'll be reflected on the schedule. So let's say, for an example, Olivia, she is scheduled to race at 9:26, arriving at 7:56, which is 8 o'clock basically. Well, at 8 o'clock warm-up time, and then like a 6:30 report time. But let's say the meet started early, and the meet started at 6:30, right? So I'll update the spreadsheet. So there really are no magic tricks to this. It's really just a spreadsheet. And then so all the times will make their adjustments. And then over here, the computer's moving kind of slow here. There we go. As you can see that all of the times have changed. So now it has her arriving at 5:56, and she's going to start her warm up at 7:30, and then she'll be racing at 9:56. So I'll go ahead and change that back because I don't want to confuse anyone, because that would be bad. And because this is a live sheet, and as you can see, the times change right away in real time. Now, if you're using the mobile app, you'll be able to see these times change in real time. But if you're using your internet web browser on your phone, it is not in real time. You will have to continue to hit refresh. Competing in the 800-meter dash, you have Anissa, Justin, Spencer, and then Charles. And then they will return with the finals. And then Olivia, Diamond Asia, Sam, Jayana, and Tiara and James will be competing in the 200. For the 4x4s, you have Kinsey. For the 15-16, you have Kinsey leading off. The second leg would be Alexis. The third leg would be Ayana. And Diamond Asia would be anchoring. And then we have Kayla McCall as an alternate. For the 4x4A, you have Jayana Anderson. First leg. The second leg would be Ayana Kelly Weatherspoon. And then the third leg would be Caitlin Johnson. And then the anchor leg would be Elizabeth Drab. And then on the 4x4B team for this 17-18, Raquel Funches will lead off. Then you have Aaron Long, second leg. And then you have Avalon Smith, third leg. And you have Karen Best anchoring, and you have Rachel Hickey as an alternate. For the Indiana boys, it's Spencer, James, then Josh to Charles. And then over in Illinois, for the Illinois team, it's Alexander, Isaiah, Reed to Jack, and then we have Michael as an alternate. And that pretty much just sums up what's going on tomorrow. I like the competition meet because as you can see here, we're done. If everything goes according to plan or this schedule, I'm predicting we'll be done on Sunday at 1:36. So that'd be a good meet. So what I want to do now is I want to take you further into the event and give you a greater insight of what to expect during the meet. Just give me a moment to adjust the screen share. All right, so when we look at who is actually entered into the meet for this day, for Sunday, we'll start with the 100-meter dash. Let's see who we have in here, and we'll use the athletes that are actually in the meet. Let's see, Kendall, he's a coach. Okay, Olivia, nice. Thanks for joining us, Olivia. So we go over and we take a look at Olivia's 100-meter dash race. Let's see here, 100-meter dash. Here we go. All right. So for 15-16, Olivia, where are you? Here you go. You're at 10-8. So going into the event, Olivia is seated one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9. And it's a close race here. The top 5 seeds is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Olivia, I'm not sure what your PR time is, but you're definitely going to have to do some work to make it to finals. But the big thing, the first step that you should focus on is making it to finals. So you're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So yeah, you're going to have to run your time or better to make it into finals and then go to work from there. There are not a lot of athletes in this event, but the athletes that are in this event are pretty fast. And these times will get faster, and I believe your time's going to get faster too. Let's see, what other 100-meter dashes we have in here. So let's go over to the 800. Let's see, do we have any 800 people in the webinar? We do not. All right. So what's the next event after the 800 here? We have someone on the chat. Look at this. Kendall's getting all pumped up. Check out Kendall in the chat room getting all amped. Let's go, oh. Let's PR again this weekend. Shoot, you better. All right, so moving on. So after the 100, it'll be the 200-meter dash. So let's scroll down to the 200-meter dash, or let's find the 200-meter dash, and we'll talk about those athletes that are participating in the 200-meter dash that are actually in the webinar. And then let's see here, Olivia. So we're going to stay on Olivia. So in the 200-meter dash, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow, Olivia, listen, girl. Man, put your George Jetson boots on. That's if you know who George Jetson is. You may be too young, Leroy and Elroy. Anyway, you got to start moving, girl. You're sitting in at number 6 right now. To qualify for nationals, they take top 5. So we're going to need another PR time out of you again in a 200-meter dash, and we'll help you with that. The meet will competing in the afternoon, so the 200-meter dash will be at the hottest point, the hottest time of the day. So I mean, we could just, outsmart some people. Make sure we're hydrating. Make sure you warm up the right way. You can make your way into finals. Diamond Asia is also in the 200-meter group. And let's see here. 2 weeks ago, she actually ran a 26.2, so that would kind of bump her up there a little bit closer to. But most important thing is we also have some hidden athletes down here that are tucking in that will do some damage too. So we want to focus on making it to finals and just taking our race step by step, and then just executing the right way. In the 17-18 category for the girls, we have Jay Anderson, and then we have Tiara. So, and this event's going to be pretty stiff. So you look at what it's going to take to make finals: 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I mean, you're looking at and these times out of Illinois are slower because it was a slow clock that day. So the times out of Illinois will speed up. So for 17-18, you're going to have to run like a 25-4 or 25-5 to make it in the finals. To be top 5, let's see who we have here. To be top 5, you're going to have to break 25 flat or better. So I predict on 5, so for this race to make top 5, it's going to go 25 flat or faster just to make it out of the 17-18 category. So that's the event for our young ladies. So let's check out and see what we have on the men's side for the 200-meter dash. I know there's James in there. Gotta get James a new hairdo. His hairdo frightens me, but it could work to his advantage in a race. All right. So James in the 17-18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So James sitting at that number 5 spot. But these times will move faster. So we want to get a lot out of James. The last running event of the day is the 4x4. So I want to take a look at these 4x4s. So let's start with the youngest to oldest. So we're going to go back and switch over to the girls, although we're here looking at the boys' entries. So for the girls, and we're looking at 15-16 for the 4x4. Be faster if I find it this way. Okay. All right. So for 15-16, we have 1 relay, 2 relay, 3 relay, 4 relay, 5 relay, 6 relay, and then track my speed is have a C time on the 7th relay, and then there's an 8th relay. So I chose, we have, who did I say is leading off? So we're going to have, Kenzie's going to lead off. It's going to go Kenzie to, here, let me make sure I'm getting this right. So leading off, we're going to go Kenzie, Alexis, Ayana to Dominasia. And if anyone has a heart attack, we got Kayla McCall as an alternate. So when we go back, we're looking at, how are we going to drop this 417? And what's it going to take for this relay to make top 5, right? I mean, that's the big question. So here is one team, 1 seed. Here is number 2. Here is number 3. And then Here's number 4, and then here's number 5. So top 5, we're looking at like a 2:15, but because it's the finals and regionals, everyone has been training, been doing some sit-ups and all. So these times will become faster. So we're looking at maybe like like a 4:10. We would have to drop a 4:10. I just emailed recently. I emailed um, the videos out from the footage from like this weekend. I mean the Illinois Association meet, and then I'm thinking on ways that we can get better on those. So actually, let's take a look and see to see what that looks like. So so like this is the relay. So what we're doing is we're looking at some splits, and we won't watch the whole relay. So I'm just going to fast forward to the end so we can see these splits like on live. So the first split that you're seeing is Ayana at a 103, Diamond Asia at a 104, and then you have um, Shanae at a 109, which is pretty much, you can chalk that up to like a 110. And then you have Kinsey with a 1 minute. So what we did was we took Shanae out and replaced her with Alexis. Now, Alexis, I know you have run faster, but the race that I've seen you compete with last week, you ran a 104. So you take a 110 minus a 104, that's 6 seconds. Well, we're already sitting in at, we're already sitting in here at a 417. So we take a 417 minus 16, that puts us at a 411. So just by switching Alexis and Shanae, we now move up into spot number 4. Right. So because we get 1, 2, 3, 4. So we will be 4 just by making that switch. Now, where we're going to need help from is, Ayana, you're going to have to bring it. Ayana, like a 103 is just not acceptable. So we're going to need more out of you on that leg. And, Diamond Asia has actually split a 59 before. So with Diamond Asia's leg alone, that's a possible 5-second drop. I like that possibility. And I'm going to find a way to bring it out of her during the race. So now we go from being a 411 to a 406. So now that moves us into 1, 2, into the third spot. So with that relay, if everyone does their job, now we're pushing number 3. Okay. And then Kinsey, has been getting stronger. She actually ran a 59, and we'll be fresh there. So everyone just has to show up to the track and do their part. And I predict that this relay will probably go a 4:04. That's a huge drop. That's a 13-second drop, but everyone is going to have to show up and do their part. So for the 17-18 girls, now this is a ringer here, because we got 2 relays, and the relays are loaded with just talent. So I want to go over those sheets just so I don't make a mistake. For the 17-18 girls, so let's just talk about the first relay. A, we're going to go Jayana Anderson, Ayana Kelly Weatherspoon, such an awesome name, and then to Caitlin Johnson, and then to Elizabeth Drab. And then some of the athletes I moved down to the B team because we need the B team to score big too. I could load up the A relay team, but there's absolutely no point for me to load the A relay team, because I want both relays, not just one. But for now, let's just focus on the A. So let's go over. We're going to lead off with Jayana Anderson, Ayanna Kelly Weatherspoon to Caitlin Johnson to Elizabeth Drabb. So when we look at that video from the association meet, I'm going to fast forward again because this is a webinar. There's Jayana, we got Kelly Weatherspoon, boom. Okay, so if everyone look at the splits at the bottom of your screen, of those splits, you have Jayana Anderson at a 59.19. You got Kelly Weatherspoon also at a 59.9. And then above Kelly Weatherspoon, you see Caitlin Johnson ran a 101. Okay. Now, the person that's missing from these relays is Elizabeth Drabb. But, I mean, she's an All-American state champion, and, you know, her best time is a 55 flat. A 55 flat. So that's our wild card. You know, so even if Jayana Anderson stays at a 59, Kelly Weatherspoon stays at a 60, Caitlin Johnson stays at a 61, and then Jayana stays at a 55 flat. That now puts this relay as a strong possibility of running a 354, right? So if we take that 354 and we go back over and check out and see, okay, where does a 354 put us? That puts us in a winning. You know, that gives us a shot to win. Now I chose, you see here the Zephyrs, they did a 358, a 54.8. But if you look the way they did it, you know, they had a really big push right out of the beginning. You know, so the Zephyrs are right here in second place, but I want to fast forward because they had some strong legs. Okay, wait, they're already past our screen. Hold on, let me back up. Yeah, there they go in the bottom corner. You see her flash through? There she is. I mean, they had a pretty nice lead. You know, so like, I mean, it was a solid, good race with a lot of great competitors. You know, so we have to be able to compete with all of them. So right now, you can't even see the Zephyrs in the screen, but they'll show up at the bottom of the screen here in a moment. So you see the pad, boom. So I paused it. Now, everyone's on the top of the curve, but the Zephyrs have already entered the straightaway to finish. You know, so just by putting in our athletes in the right positions, we have to be in position to win. And I chose the relay, the legs, you know, by moving Jayana to the beginning of the race, that puts us into the competition. You know, and then we're going to be finishing with Elizabeth Drabb, and we're just going to let her do what it does. And that relay should go, if not a 354, a 352. So put a lot of time into predicting, you know, what relays should do what and why I chose certain relays. So over to our B team, which is just as good as our A team, is also very exciting. We take a look at that, and we're looking at our B team is Raquel Funches. We're going to start with Raquel Funches. And we're on the second leg will be Aaron Long, which will be a fresh leg. Avalon Smith, which would also be a fresh leg that day. And then Karen Best. So everyone on this relay team will have a fresh pair of legs. You know, so this B team should be able to compete. Let's go back and look at some videos from the association meet and see where, you know, these individual legs stack up. You know, so you have Raquel Funches, which would be leading off. I mean, she led off with a 61. but we know Raquel is good for 59 flat. So that's minus 2 seconds there. Because at the national meet, she ran. What she run at the national meet? Do we know? I don't think she ran at the national meet, did she? I can't remember. Okay. So let's say Raquel did a 60, which we all know that's very doable for Raquel, without a doubt. She's then going to hand the baton off to our second leg, which is Erin Long, which everyone hasn't met yet, but everyone will meet this weekend. And I've been working with Erin Long, if not once a week. This week I was able to see her twice. So she's going to be a fresh pair of legs. So let's say Erin Long goes 61, right? So now we're looking at 4 minutes and 4 seconds. Now, Avalon Smith, she's having like a breakthrough week, or weeks, so we're looking to get a 59 out of Avalon. So now that brings us back down to a 350, a 359. And then we're anchoring with Karen Bass. Now I'm expecting Karen to go at 58 on her anchor, which is also minus 2 seconds. So that 359, that puts our relay at 357. So we go back to the chart and see where does a 357 stack up at. Let's take a look. A 357 will put us third, because you got the track my speed A team that's going to go 54 or 53. The Zephyrs are going to contest with us with our A team, so it's going to be hard to go 1-2, but heck, why not try it, right? And then our third team, our B team with Karen, with Karen, Erin Long, and Raquel Funches, that team should go at 357, if not at 356. So in the girls 4x4, we should place first and third. If not, we should place second and third, but nothing lower than third, for both relays. And that's why I had made the arrangements with the leadoff, with the legs that I have done. But at this point, everyone's just going to have to do their part. So, Sam, I see you online. Welcome to the group. So I want to, now that the girls, let's go ahead and then take a look at the boys. Okay, and then we'll be finishing up. But I was putting a lot of time into the 4x4 because it's very important. So we look at our boys. Our boys for the 17-18. Wait, how old is Sam? All right, so he's a little pup, so he can't be involved in our relays just yet. So our 17-18, one relay, there's 2, 3, 4, 5. So the Indiana boys is actually sitting at spot number 5. But my question, now I don't have any video on this, and Kendall, if you have video, you should send it to me so I can see what those splits look like. But the way our boys have been running, lately, I don't see why they shouldn't be moving up and, and placing, if not in that top 3. I mean, we can run these times, if not faster. But you do notice, you can see that, the top 2 times are the top 3 times are Illinois, and then there's Indiana, and then there's Indiana. Now, I wasn't there at the meet, so I'm not sure why Track My Speed took second for our boys, but that should never happen, especially not in Indiana. But it does look like this Indiana team, the Indiana Blast, whatever, Indiana Blaze Blast, they're going to be Indiana last. Okay, that joke wasn't as funniest, but anyway, you know what I'm saying. We should be beating these guys, and we will, and we're going to do that. So that puts us, oh, wait a minute, I miscounted, didn't I? It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, no, that puts us in 5. So we should be moving up to the top 5 for the Indiana boys. Now, I do have some information on the Illinois boys. I'm going to pick on them hardcore because they're my guys. So they're sitting at number 6, 7, and then 8, and then 9. If I skip something, wait a minute. 8, 9, and then 10. So let's take a look and see how that happened. So over here, give me a moment to set this up. All right. Do a screen share here. Okay. So now we're looking at the boys relay, and I'm going to fast forward again because we just want to get the end results. All right. So we had one time that jumps out the most that cannot happen is, Jack. And Jack, I see you in here on this webinar, so listen up. Jack, we can't have this, bro. Jack, you went 54-26. Jack, you went 54-26. You have to do a better job than that. But what got us bad was we need to have a stronger leadoff leg, but at the same time, we have to be able to compete. When we look and see what happened to Track My Speed on the first leg, you see Alexander here in the white over top. Oh, okay. So what you can see is just over the person that says the orange shirt that says staff and he's wearing a white hat. Alexander's in the white shirt, the white over blue here in the back. The tall dude that's bringing up the rear right there. That's him. Y'all see him? Okay. Everyone's handing out their baton, and we're still more than 10 meters back, and it cost us big time. So even for the boys, and I know we have some girls that are in on this. Let's see. We have some boys that are boys and girls that are in on this relay. When you have an opportunity to race and compete, you got to make sure that you go above and beyond. But at this point, you have to see that you're in danger. That hey, something's not right here. But at this point, it's too late. But you still got to fight. But way back over here, when dude starts catching you from the inside, you got to make some adjustments. I mean, you got to go. We're looking for different body language there, but we have to do a better job. But some of the splits that we're seeing, they won't make it. It won't make the cut. All these splits, Alexander, you got to go sub 50. Reed Vanderhagen, you got to go sub 50. Jack, you got to go sub 50. Isaiah Hunter, you got to go sub 50. Spencer, you got to go sub 50. Charles, you got to go sub 50. Who else we got going on there? Josh, boy, you're going to have the best race of your life. You see Kendall blowing up the chat room, you got to go sub 50. We got Josh is a 50. Yeah, Josh, you're 54. Won't work this weekend, bro. You're going to get tapped on by the Illinois boys. You know what I mean? You're going to get swallowed up. You can't go. You got to go sub 50. At least give us a 52. That's the cutoff right there. James, I was there at your state meet. And James, you went a 40. you win a 48. So we're going to need a 47 out of you. But for the 4x4s, both on the men and women's side, I want to win it. And then it doesn't matter. TMS is TMS. You see, Indiana and Illinois, we wear the same logo. Both girls and boys, we wearing the same color top and same color bottom. No one's gonna notice the difference. All they're gonna see is like, man, them track my speed kids are fast, and that's the statement that we want to make across the board. And that's all, folks. We got to make sure we get it in. I want to go ahead and just spend just a moment here, and let's see what else we can do here. We've already watched video. Yeah, that's pretty much a wrap. So I look forward to seeing everyone this weekend, and make sure you download the Sheets mobile app. That way you can see these updates in real time. Does anyone have any questions? If you have any questions, leave them out of the chat room. You should see on the bottom of your screen there's a button or tab that says Q&A. Just go ahead and click on that and just ask away. Like, now is your time to ask questions. But blowing up your coach's cell phones doing the meet, that doesn't work out because we're coaching. We're watching the meet. There's a lot that's going on. So parents, if you're in this webinar, you have any questions, you have any concerns, speak now or forever hold your peace. We're here. So I'll stay online, for like the next 5 minutes and just take some questions if they come in. If you have to go at this point, now is a good time. It was thank you for joining us. This webinar is now coming to an end, and at this point, I'll just sit and answer questions if they come. Everyone has 5 minutes. I'm shutting this thing down at 8:56. Boom. All right, we got a question here. Ayana. Okay, this is Ayana's mom. Do you need me to bring anything for our runners? You know what? Yes. We always, today we were at the track meet today with Peyton, doing a decathlon, and it was hot. It was almost like a hot, dry type of a sticky like heat. Like the back of your throat just gets like kind of swell. So yeah, if every parent can just bring like an extra 6-pack of Gatorade and water, I think we'll be covered. And then I'll actually send an email out to everyone, actually, just like, things to bring if you're able to. But definitely water and Gatorade would be pretty cool. Yeah, I do have another idea for Sunday after the meet, but I don't want to go on record on that one just yet. But yeah, if you can bring some water or Gatorade, that'll be very helpful.